Let me start off with I do believe in soulmates myself. I believe in two turtle doves as much as I believe in Triscuits and Cheez-Wiz. So when it comes to that kindred spirit we pledge our devotion to, I'm convinced they're out there. Now whether or not it was supposed to be Savannah Slim, under the pretense that I would have met her before I turned 20, then fine. But that being said, I've gone to great lengths to substantiate it was Emma Watson. As the title beckons you, Emma, there's a question. Perhaps the freaky question causes Emma indigestion, like it's hard to stomach. And who was I to make her plummet into woe and maybe doubt that I could blanket her with comfort? All you ever wanted was a woman like my mother, and you checked off every box. I hope there's room to rediscover that you're maybe meant for me. Eventually you'll see it. I'll open up your heart like a chamber of secrets. Truly fond of Emma, so sophisticated. You've walked away from stardom and you've made the boldest statements. Looking at Joanne, she criticized you, Emma, acted like a tart, legitimized you, Emma, idolizing Emma. I wish you felt this way, but Harry Potter's author saw you like a mandrake. J.K. Rowling had my honey in her freaking crosshairs, like my boo don't get a woo if she was hanging out with Rick Flair. Somebody to showcase, tell me how your toes taste. Up the ante, Emma, we can gamble like there's no stakes. Wishing for a world where there's no rats and there's no snakes. At least the creatures of disgust that don't believe we could be soulmates. Somebody to showcase, tell me how your toes taste. Up the ante, Emma, we can gamble like there's no stakes. Wishing for a world where there's no rats and there's no snakes. At least the creatures of disgust that don't believe we could be soulmates. Smart and sassy, Emma, and obviously sexy. I wish that I could score on you a lot like Wayne Gretzky. All that shit aside, the shit that simply wouldn't slide, and that's the nature of this matrix. I mean the whole design. According to my mind, I'm sensing so much cataclysm when it comes to how I feel about a lot of lovely women and the woman at the top. In case we have forgot, it's someone precious as they come like Harry Potter smoking pot. I treasure Emma Watson and my steam woman for that matter. Like ladders to success will only rung up if she's flattered. So I'll tell you, I wouldn't rest until the day I've held you. And I'm glad my sense of smell returned. Baby, let me smell you. Even stinky farts for all I know will maybe giggle. I was never out to get you, just recall, relax, kiddo. And basically with soulmates you should be my remedy. It could have been somebody else, I guess I chose my destiny. Somebody to showcase, tell me how your toes taste. Up the ante, Emma, we can gamble like there's no stakes. Wishing for a world where there's no rats and there's no snakes. At least the creatures of disgust that don't believe we could be soulmates. Somebody to showcase, tell me how your toes taste. Up the ante, Emma, we can gamble like there's no stakes. Wishing for a world where there's no rats and there's no snakes. At least the creatures of disgust that don't believe we could be soulmates. Remembering the way you didn't seem to have a soul. We're talking this is the end, when you were stranded as a whole, and only those we deemed as worthy were escaping from the rapture. Rapey vibes ensued, you swung a precious axe thereafter. God, that turned me on, the way you kept it freaking strong and wouldn't give those boys the chance to gang up on you with their schlongs. To say I treasure you is very real like giant shrimp. I hope I make you smile a bit like Channing Tatum as the Gimp. So if this was the end, like Lady Gaga might have said, I wonder if you had a partner you would like the time to spend. For all I know, you're taken, so perhaps I've been mistaken, thinking I deserve your love any more than maybe Satan. My dream between the two of us was just to play your hero, but my heroism doesn't matter if you wasn't here though, and maybe I'm a zero. For that could be the case, so let me end this pageantry with, do you still believe in soulmates? Maybe I am the one for you. The way. You're the one for me.